turn off the mic. Oh, okay. It's a little bit early. This is way too early. So I got in 7 minutes early. Way too early. But let me see. Okay, what's this? Start a Q&A. Let me see. Let me drink on the cards. What's your question? Done. Move it up. Yes, I can see. Let's just reposition it. I haven't been on YouTube as a creator in ages, so all this is quite new to me, and I haven't gone live in forever. So I'll just hang in here for 6 minutes and sip my cocktail. There are a couple of things I'm going to be covering. I'm going to talk about the rebrand of my YouTube channel and my work essentially. This YouTube channel was formerly called Tarot Conversations with Avanavatia, but over the last couple of years a lot has happened, and I've decided to really go more into tarot, especially when I discovered so many things about tarot, how I found it to be a very useful tool for empowerment, clarity, life skills, self-awareness, and so many things. So I used tarot to combine all my okay, let me see. Oh, Yvonne is here. Hello. Yeah. I'm from, okay, let me open it on my phone so I could actually see the messages. I'm from Nigeria. I'm reading from Jahi in Abuja, Nigeria. Yeah, I'm reading from Jahi, Abuja, Nigeria. I recently opened an interactive tarot space for interactive tarot gameplay. So it's a collection of safe spaces that have been themed using tarot, as well as combining all my life skills. I have all my education and everything. I've put it all together. So there's the lounge, which is orange themed. I'm doing the reading right now from the podium bar. There's the yellow themed. So the lounge is themed, carries more like a fire energy. The bar carries air energy. The gallery and the craft garden, water for creativity, and the strategy room is for finances, coins, pentacles. So we'll be discussing more of graphic design stuff, how to become an entrepreneur, managing workplace relationships, and things like that. You guys, just give me a few seconds. I can see comments and messages on there, but it's not really clear. So let me see if I can get in on my other phone, and so I can read the comments from there. I'm going to be answering 4 questions of 4 people today. I got 2 questions from subscribers and followers on Facebook, and I got 2 from Instagram. So I want to try to get in so that I can see the questions from YouTubers as well. So I can get to those. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me. Okay, the person that is asking, Alok is asking, hi, can you do for me? My name is Alok and partner, his name is Servi. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing the name properly. What you need to do is you need to subscribe to the channel and follow TheQforTarot on Instagram, and then DM your question on there, and also include an alias if you would rather use that, and then I'll see if I can get to them. So it's like a first come first serve basis, and I'm trying to be on here for about an hour. This is the first time I'm doing Tarot Tuesdays. Tarot Tuesdays. There's also going to be Tarot Thursdays as well, same time, 2200 hours West African time. That's 10 p.m. my time. So yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, I've talked about the Tarot conversations with Avanavatia to the Q for Tarot, and everybody's asking what's the Q for Tarot. Well, the Q stands for querent, and in a tarot reading, the person that asks a question is the querent. And the first card in the major arcana, which is the Fool, is really basically that's the start of the Fool's journey. And you start off by being inquisitive and curious and wanting to start something new. So the Q stands for everything. And the way I did the logo, if you could look at it, that's the Q. In the middle, it looks like there's a human being there, and when you ask questions, you can figure out the world around you. So tarot really has changed my life. It has really given me a lot of clarity and direction and focus, so much so I have turned it into a business. And I've realized it's a very empowering tool, and I would like to teach as many people as I can how to read tarot. I have made it my life purpose to demystify tarot, because it has so many life lessons, and a lot of people get spooked about tarot readings or what tarot is generally. So let me get into the top 4 questions I get asked as a tarot card reader, the most frequently asked questions. So the first one is, can you predict my future? Tarot doesn't predict your future. Tarot just lets you know the pros and cons in any given situation, so you are left to decide what you want. Tarot is very empowering, and it really emphasizes your autonomy. So you can predict your future if you decide to design it. So tarot gives you like a life map, because tarot cards are basically the illustration of the human experience. So I'll be reading with this deck. This is a deck I designed myself. I'm going to call it the Way of the Empress deck, and I combined a lot of my skills into designing this deck. The first thing I did was I made sure I color coded it, and I had to make it relatable, because most of the traditional tarot decks are of white people in medieval clothes, and I couldn't really relate to that. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to do a deck that with people that look like me, that have afro hair, have dreadlocks, have dark skin, have nice trendy clothes, and I really just put enough symbolism to make it not mystical and to make it more relatable, because there's no need to bombard people with all the esoteric things that some tarot deck designers do. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not my style. I believe in simplicity and relatability. So I color coded the deck. Let me see. Okay, yeah, color coded deck. Every tarot deck has a standard tarot deck has 78 cards, and it's divided into 2 parts: the major arcana and the minor arcana. Arcana is just another word for secrets. So think of the major arcana as master classes in life that are very necessary for you to learn, and look at the major arcana as little transient things that might change but are also important as well. So in my deck, all the major arcana cards are colored, have a major purple theme. The ones that are yellow are for air. The ones that are orange are for fire. The ones that are green are for earth, and the ones that are blue for water. So I'll get more into the deck as I'm reading, and I'll explain more about it. Okay, so what do I do at the TheQforTarot? The TheQforTarot is so many things. It's a safe space for important conversations, connectivity. There are 4 different spaces, each themed, each color coded, and each space has different activities unique to that space. So that no matter how you like to learn, if you like to learn more of in a chill, relaxed setting with more physical activity and stuff, it'll be best for you to hang out at the lounge here. If you are interested in public speaking or creative writing, or you want to improve your communication skills and have better and effective communication, hanging out at the podium bar, which I am, where I am right now, would be ideal. If you want to learn more about arts and crafts, that will be at the gallery or the craft garden. It's really, really hot in Abuja right now, and it's dusty. So most of the activities, most of the workshops will be held at the gallery. We had the very first, I'm so excited about it, we had the very first sip and paint on canvas last Sunday, and I'm going to include another sip and paint on Saturday afternoons as well as Sunday. If you check my website, avanavatia.com, or look for the links in my YouTube, or just Google on social media, it's TheQforTarot. You see all the links there. So you see the activity lineup for the week and see what activity you would like to join. Then there's also merch available for sale in the gift store as well. I'll be talking about that a lot later. Okay, so so that's the first question. Can you predict my future? If you design your future, you can relatively say you can predict it. For example, if you are planning on going on a trip and you plan for it, that's like predicting it, because you do all the steps according to that. So tarot doesn't predict your future, it just gives you like a layout and tells you the pros and cons of any decision you might take, and then that would help you make better decisions moving forward. Okay, the next most common question I get: can anybody read tarot? Yes, anybody can read tarot, as long as you take your time to study the meanings of the cards and understand the symbolism that the tarot deck creator and artist chose to include. It's very easy to read tarot. Each tarot card has a specific name, so once you understand the basic meaning of the cards, you can learn to read tarot. I started reading tarot in September of 2020. I bought my very first deck by I started reading in August, and by September I had 3 decks. Now I actually eventually bought 10 different decks. Then I decided to design my own deck, and each deck is very interesting. In further readings, I will be showing you the symbolism and comparison between different cards across different decks, because it's important to get a deck that you can relate to, so it's easier for you to remember what's on it. Let me see. How long have I been reading tarot for? Since 2020. So this is close to, let me see, I got my certification in 2021, so I became a certified tarot card reader in March, I think March the 2nd, 2021. So that's about 4 years plus, I think, going. And can anybody be a certified tarot card reader? Yes, there are online courses. I learned from an online course, and every tarot deck comes with a guidebook that explains what the angle that the tarot deck creator and the artist decided to go by. Then the 4th question: is tarot evil or religion specific? Tarot is not. That's the purpose I decided to start reading tarot. It's not evil. It just depends on how elaborate and woo-woo you want to make it to be. If I don't explain the cards and I just tell the story, it might freak you out, but I intentionally simplified the decks and really chose really vantage points when it came to choosing the imagery for all the cards. So it's not evil, it's just another tool for empowerment. And I always say, your the agreement you have with your creator. If at any time you feel uncomfortable, by all means, please log out. but there's nothing evil about it. It's not going to affect your religion. It's just another tool for empowerment that you can use. Tarot is mostly psychology based, and psychology based illustration as well. What makes a good tarot card reader? A good tarot card reader is a good storyteller. That's just it. Okay, so I think we've got a few more people in, and let me see if anybody has any more questions. DM, let me see. Okay, yeah. Okay, I can't see any more questions on the live, so I think I will go into the first question. I am drinking a cocktail that I made. It's called the Flamingo Dream Cocktail. It's got hibiscus, strawberry puree, lime, and gin. Very nice. Okay, no, that's blocking. Let me move this away. Let me see. So I got 4 questions I'm going to be getting into, and I think initially I had said I was just going to do 1 card pulls for free, but I'm like, no, why not? I haven't read tarot in a while. I haven't recorded in a while, and I only got 4 interested people as of the time I went live, so I'm just going to see how far I can go. So let me see. The first question that I got, okay, so yeah, so I said, what's your question? And the person said it's about finance. I said, do you have a specific question, or just whatever comes out? Just whatever comes out. Okay, so this reading is for you, Emmanuel. And let's get into advice from the tarot cards about your finances. The first card we have is the Magician in reverse. So that's what the Magician looks like upright. The Magician, typically, when the Magician card comes out, it lets you know that you have all the tools that you need around you to get what you want. You have access to information, you have good communication skills, you know how to manage finances, you have connections that can help with your finances, you have connections, you know how to utilize your emotions, your thoughts, your energy, but that came up in reverse. Now when a tarot card comes up in reverse, that means that there's something that's actually stopping it or something that's actually blocking it. So we'll get more into that. Okay, we've got the Tower, and that came up in reverse as well. This is what the Tower looks like. So the Tower talks about, the lesson from the Tower card talks about stability. You have to learn how to be a stabilizer. With the Magician, you have to learn how to be a manifestor or an alchemist. And the Tower came up in reverse. When the Tower card upright comes up, it lets you know that life as you know it is going to change. You're literally going to watch life crumble. Well-laid plans might not just work out right, and that's usually because you started in a situation on a faulty beginning and everything. So you get to see everything crumble. But that came up in reverse as well. I'll let you know what the reverse meanings are when all the cards come out. And these are 2 major arcana cards, so these are 2 major important things that you should pay attention to regarding your finances. Let me get one more. The 2 of Blades upright. The 2 of Blades talks about isolation in the sense, and that has to do with like your thinking and your communication skills. That came up upright for you. So the advice about when the 2 of Blades comes out, it lets you know that you are meant to block out all the noise. You really like stand your ground and block out all the unnecessary noise, because you want to think and you want to communicate properly. So when it comes to your finances, the story that is coming out is things are not moving so fast the way you want them to go, because you are not utilizing all the tools around you. And with the Tower card following that, and the Tower card being in reverse, that means that you're not utilizing the tools that you have around you, and you are not letting things go. Things that you might be hanging on to, things that you should let go, things that have failed, but it might be your ego that's refusing to let you give up on it, and like really analyze the situation and find out what went wrong so you know how to rebuild. So it does seem like you are distracted, and then that will be followed by the Two of Blades, where you're not listening to any outside noise. It might be that your finances might not be the way you want them to be because you're focusing on the wrong things. It might mean that there's a lot of missed opportunities because you are not aware, you're oblivious of all the blessings and all the opportunities and how you can use what you have to get what you want, because you are focusing on something that you invested in that didn't quite work, and you are not really cutting your losses. You know this song, I can't sing, I'm not going to sing, that you have to know when to fold. Yeah, you have to know when to fold. That's just what this means. You have to know when to fold, and you have to know when to listen to external voices. It doesn't mean you have to listen to everybody, but at least don't throw the baby away with the bathwater. Listen and find out how you can combine the information and read the room to know how you can fit in and how you can control the situation to give you your best outcome. So let me get 3 cards. I'm basically going to do like a quick full reading for you. If this was a full reading or like a private reading, you'll get to ask questions and we can clarify as many cards as you want over 1 hour 30 minutes. But let me see how much I can get out of this. So with the Magician in reverse, that's the Magician, remember? That's the Alchemist. Why is the Alchemist in reverse? Let's see if we have any advice. I'm going to get 3 cards for that. Why is the Magician in reverse? Or we might find out why the Magician is in reverse. We might find out the things that you have overlooked that otherwise would have been beneficial and helped you move forward. So let me see. You got the 3 of Batons upright. You have the 10 of Coins upright. Okay, another thing, in my deck, I renamed some cards. In typical tarot decks, Batons are wands, but then I call them Batons because I associate fire signs with energy. And imagine you're running a relay race, so you have to hand over a baton. That's why instead of calling them wands, because I couldn't really relate to wands. Wands just is like magic, so I just call them Batons instead. And I renamed Pentacles because that's another word that we don't traditionally use in Nigeria. Or anyway, I don't know anybody that says Pentacles outside of tarot anyway. So I renamed that to mean Coins, which has to do with your material abundance, physical things, money, literally your coin. I also renamed Blades, Swords into Blades. This is a Blades card. So let me get, okay, so we have the 2 of Vessels in reverse. Okay. When the 3 of Baton comes out upright, it talks about anticipation, waiting for something, literally waiting for your ships to come in. You have like this, when they say your container is on the high sea, you're expecting something, you've put your energy to it, you can see it so close, it's right there to you. Okay. The 10 of Coins talks about generational wealth, talks about legacy, talks about affluence. This is the end of the journey, end of the lessons when it comes to money. And then we have the 2 of Vessels. Vessels, also 2 of Cups. Cups have to do with your emotions, your creativity, your intuition. That came up upright. So the things that are affecting you being an alchemist, affecting things that are hindering, that are literally stopping you, stopping everything you touch turning to gold, are the fact that you might be waiting for something that is just not going to come in. It seems like you are so focused on one particular thing and you are waiting for you might feel that until something happens, something else cannot happen. So you might be focusing too much or waiting too long for something. And 10 of Coins also can have to do with family. So with the 10 of Coins upright, it does seem like you are waiting for, it might be that you are relying too much on your family, or you're expecting help from somebody in your family. You might be waiting for somebody to be your benefactor or to be your sponsor, and you've been waiting because you want to be kind of available for, to be able to grab that opportunity or that situation, that other things that would have, you might have worked on all this while, you tended to ignore them because you're focused on just something. So there's a lot of missed opportunities and a lot of waiting and misplaced priorities. And two of vessel, another thing might be that you might have partnered with somebody, so it might be the nature of the connection. You need to ask yourself, is this person giving to me as much as I am giving to them? Are they as invested in this financial situation? So really, to increase your manifestation possibilities and opportunities, you have to know when to cut things off that are no longer working. You need to learn to rely more on yourself and stop expecting family to carry you along. And you have to make sure that anything you are getting involved in, there should be an equal level of investment or equal level of creativity, and there should be trust in that situation. So these seem to be lacking. That's why, as a magician, there's some delays, because you haven't really figured how to put how much importance or relevance to give to a particular person. It might be a family member, and you are missing opportunities because you are investing in people that are not as invested as you are. So with the Tower in reverse, that's this one. We need to clarify this one. We talked about things crumbling because they were built on faulty foundations and learning from mistakes. With the Tower in reverse means that things have been failing and you haven't really been learning the lessons. So you might find yourself in cycles where you keep on repeating something over and over again because you haven't taken your time to really analyze why things didn't work and how to make them better, so that you are building with experience. But let's get 3 cards to find out more about that too. We've got the 8 of Buttons in reverse. 8 of Buttons talks about momentum, fast movement, a lot of energy. That came up in reverse. We've got Judgment upright. Judgment talks about you being found in good standing with the divine, because karma is like karma and judgment are kind of like the same. So judgment, you can literally see there will be a time where you get called up and people will actually literally look up to you, and the question is, are you going to be found to be in good standing, or are you going to be found wanting? That came up upright. And the last one we have okay, no, that's for this one. Let me get one card. So why is the Tower in reverse when it comes to Emmanuel's finances? The Bearer of Buttons upright. So the Bearer of Buttons, also called the Page of Wands, is a very interested character, but still at a very, very rudimentary level. So the reason why, according to the cards, the reason why you may not have learned from past failed situations when it comes to your finances is because you have not acted fast enough. With the 8 of Buttons in reverse, when the time that you were supposed to inject a lot of energy and activity into things, you might have procrastinated or just really being lazy about it, or just not even shown up. So that's why these are lessons that you actually have to learn moving forward. You have to learn how to utilize your time more, and how to act quickly. How to always, if you always stay ready, you never have to get ready, that kind of thing. And then with Judgment upright, it might lessons that you might not have learned might be the importance of being ethically sound and doing things the very, very right way. Yeah, and with the Bearer of Buttons, it does say that you have a lot to learn. So it does seem that when things haven't worked, you haven't really being very proactive about rectifying them, or you may not have acted quickly to even secure your finances in the first place. And when it comes to ethics and things, it came up upright, so it means that, yeah, well, so why is that upright for the tower in reverse? Okay, well, that just, I'll read it as, you should, a lesson I should always learn should be that, oh, I get it now. This means that you should really be so sound that you are really trying to be in good standing with not only men but also with God, so that you are not, what's that word? I'm trying not to curse. You are not, you don't do eye service. Yeah, that you should learn to hold yourself accountable to God. Even if you're able to cut corners around other people, it's a lot more important for you to learn that for you to succeed, you really do have to execute your purpose as diligently, and you have to be a good steward of whatever talents or gifts or business ideas God has entrusted to you. So you need to make sure that even if people around you are cutting corners, or you've cut corners in previous situations, you need to really tidy up your game and be more ethical. And with the bearer of buttons upright, it does seem that you haven't you haven't invested enough energetically, or you might not have believed in you haven't done the work to improve yourself when it comes to execution of things, or you haven't done much to improve your general vibe to get yourself excited and invested. It might be that you it just doesn't seem that you have been as diligent as you could be. So let's to the two of blades, you not listening to external opinions or ideas. How is that affecting your finances? Five of coins dropped out. Five of coins, also called five of pentacles. This shows somebody that is really living in a lack mindset. This person is crying because they have 3 coins that have fallen away, ignoring the fact that there are still 2 coins left. So that's affecting how most of the time we filter information based on our biases and stuff. So it does seem like you are not really proactive, and you spend a lot of time focusing on what doesn't work instead of looking at what actually works and developing that. And also focusing on what doesn't work might mean you not taking advice from people, because you might have had situations that didn't work out the way you wanted, so you're like, okay, yeah, you're good for nothing at this point, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Yeah, okay, we did that deal and that didn't work, and yet coming to speak another deal, whatever that deal that didn't work. But you need to be able to acknowledge that the things that have fallen away, and then know how to treasure and guard the things that you still have. Let me get 2 more cards for the Two of Blades affecting your finances. I wanted 1. Okay, no, I wanted 2. This came out first. Let me see. Chariot in reverse. The Chariot talks about fast movement and you knowing how to be a controller. You can see this is one of the fastest moving cards in tarot, and that's the thing, there does seem to be a lot of waiting and inactivity on your part, because even though this is the character riding one horse and controlling another horse that is not even tethered to it, and a third horse still, is understanding the assignment and knowing how to move forward fast, knowing how to multitask, knowing how, look at the energy, the vibe energy on there, knowing how to utilize that, and knowing how to, yeah, but that came up in reverse. So that might mean that you not listening to other people's opinions is actually making you not be a good team player or a good team leader. And the First Star of Blades came up upright. The First Star of Blades is a sanctioner. The First Star of Blades says what they mean, will stand on business. So it does seem that you're coming off as a very opinionated but rather stubborn person. And it's not really working in your favor because you are missing opportunities with the Magician in reverse. I'm just going to summarize all of this and I'll get to the next question. With the Magician in reverse, you're not utilizing the tools around you. With the Tower in reverse, you are not learning from your mistakes and building the better foundation. With Judgment upright, you have to make sure that you are in good standing with God, truly good standing, and not cut any corners if you have been. And with the Chariot in reverse, you need to learn how to move a lot faster and how to be a better team player. When major arcana cards come out, if there's anything you should listen to in a tarot reading, it should be the majors if that's what you want. And you have 4, which are the ones that I just mentioned. When it comes to your emotions and your intuition and your creativity, your finances, it's important for you to find who is as emotionally invested, who has the same values and belief system as you are to partner with. That will really help you move faster. What's that saying about being equally yoked? That's kind of what 2 of Cups is, giving and receiving in equal measure. So that's something that you need to capitalize on. So in partnerships moving forward, you make better decisions. When it comes to your communication skills, with the 2 of Swords upright, it sometimes is good to be opinionated, but you should also know when to be able to listen, and you should know how to control your communication. Let you mean what you say and say what you mean and stand on business about it. When it comes to your energy and your drive and your motivations and your desires, you've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and in your waiting, with the 8 of Batons in reverse, you're not taking action, and with the Bearer of Batons upright, you are not learning. So you need to if you must wait, make your waiting productive. Just don't wait and delay when there are other things that can be done. Also, that's the advice about your finances. You have a lot of things around you that you can utilize to make better decisions, but you are not doing that. And you need to manage your waiting time, make sure there's an equal balance and give and take. Stop relying too much. Oh, I forgot to do this one. Stop relying too much on family or expecting too much of family. Why don't you be the family that would multiply, that will get everybody up to there? Stop waiting for that. You might have to create that for yourself, and stop missing opportunities. So that's the advice for Emmanuel when it comes to his finances. If that made any sense, please like, share, comment, book a personal reading. All right, so let's see. Let me shuffle the deck and I'll get to the second question. Okay, I think I just enabled the Q&A, so I haven't done Q&A on YouTube Live before, so I'm not really sure how that works. So if anybody wants to try asking a question, let's see how that goes. Let me see. I've got one from Vesesham, but I can't really. Let me check on this phone. Let me figure this out. Just give me 2 seconds, please. So basically, if you want a reading, please subscribe to the channel and follow TheQforTarot on Instagram, and then DM your question on there, and I'll take it up from there. Let me see. Because I can't really read the full question. I can just see the first line where you said, I want my own energy reading. So just subscribe and DM me on Instagram and I'll get to it. So let me get to the second question that I got. And that was, what do you see when you look at me? And I said, is that like, do you want me to just do a whatever comes out reading? Or are you asking what someone's specific thoughts about you are? And they said, what the specific thoughts about. I was like, I could do both. So this reading is for Tsunami. So I'll first start with the whatever comes out part. whatever comes out past reading. So this is just general advice for Tsunami. Let me see. So I'm starting that at 40. I forgot to do the last timestamps. When I'm editing and re-uploading, I'll timestamp all the questions from there. General life advice for Tsunami. Hello, Kiagba Dosu said, invited by Yvonne, I'm here. Hello. Let me see. So for Tsunami, first of all, bearer of buttons upright. Okay. One flipped over. Temperance came up in reverse. One more. Emperor upright. It does look like there's a learning. This looks like okay, this is more like a character description. Let me see. This is for life advice for you. Bearer of buttons upright, also called the page of wands upright, temperance in reverse, and the emperor upright. It looks like you are going to be meeting somebody that is an authority, considered to be an icon. But it doesn't look, and it looks like it's going to happen really quick. Like it's going to happen really quick because you have the bearer of buttons showing that. So you might just be starting something new. Or is this you? If this is you, this is amazing, because there's something that you're just getting you're just getting into. This might be a new interest that you've just recently picked up, and you are acting really it seems like you've decided to break the rules and not follow the due process of things, but then it's leading to an emperor. I'm really curious to find out if you've really discovered something fantastic that you just discovered, and people might have told you slow down or something, but you're like, nah, I'm going to move fast, and this is leading to a lot of like structure. Well, let's find out. Or this might just be advice for you to take a leap of faith, because you are meant to be somewhere. This might be an advice for you to take a leap of faith, because you may have been dragging your feet, but then when you decide to actually get things done and act rather impulsively, it leads to something solid. Well, when more and more cards come out, I'll get more information. So let me see, why is the bearer of buttons upright for Tsunami? What? Six of buttons upright, success. Nine of coins upright, abundance. No wonder. No wonder. Little wonder. Little wonder. Little wonder you are not dragging your feet about this, because this thing that you might have discovered that is so exciting that you try to just dip your little toe in, it's leading you to fast success and abundance. Nine of coins. We say you're just a step away from hammering big time. Let's see. That's too many. I want just one. 10 of coins showed. Tower and 10 of buttons. Let me see, just one more card. two. I just want one. Ace of Blades in reverse. Okay. Even though things have been successful and you've got a lot of money from it, with the Ace of Blades, we normally speak about clarity coming up in reverse. It means, yeah, there are things that you still don't know, and you might be acting impulsively and a little bit recklessly by moving blindly. I think you're taking a risk about something, and it does seem like it's at the end of the day, it seems like it's looking like it's going to pay off, but there are things that you just don't know just yet. Why is Temperance in reverse? I think I need more cards, because right now I'm still not sure if this is you as the Emperor, or is it somebody that you are going to meet as the Emperor. Temperance in reverse. Why is Temperance in reverse for Tsunami? Nine of Blades in reverse. Nine of Blades talks about like anxiety, stuff that keeps you up all night, when you're like you literally want to tear your hair out, because but that came up in reverse. Okay, so the fact that you're taking risks and moving very forward is not giving you, it's not affording you enough time to overthink. The Hanged One upright. I think the success of this all has really made you have a healthy the success of this is making you have a healthy level of consideration for it, where you are thinking about it but you are not overly anxious about it. Well, this last card would determine if this is you as the Emperor, and then I will say congratulations, you've skipped a lot of the hard work. Let's see. Four of Coins. Wow, you've been very smart. I give you that. You've been very, very, very smart. Initially you got into something that you're like, I'm interested, but I'm still learning about it. But then very, very quickly you were successful about it, and you made a pretty good amount of money from it. But even though things were hidden from you with the Ace of Blades in reverse, you still decided to move fast and act on your own intuition and not follow due processes of things. And you trusting yourself and acting that fast made sure that it did not give you room to be anxious with the Nine of Blades in reverse. But you are still thinking, you still gave it thoughts, but not in a, you're not thinking like in a frantic way. You're able to like control your thoughts a lot. And when the peace that this luxury of this success gave you really made you realize that you had to be more conservative and be more careful. So if a typical like practical life situation I would liken this to is probably someone that's heard about, maybe, I don't know, crypto or something, or someone heard about something, took a chance, and when they got they knew when to fold, they carefully took a step back. And that's, so this looks like you. So congratulations, you are daring. You are daring. And this is something that you were not, yeah, you took a gamble and it paid off, and you decided to I can't make this up. Majesty of Coins, yes. This looks solid. This looks solid. Majesty of Coins has enough money to be able to be an investor. Okay, my light has died, but it's so bright. Majesty of Coins has enough money to be an investor. That's someone that knows how to control money, that is controlling money. High Priestess upright. The High Priestess is the seer. The High Priestess has a direct connection to God. The High Priestess knows how to meditate and how to get the ear of God, knows how to communicate, is very connected with the divine, with intuition. The High Priestess knows when to step into solitude to meditate and seek enlightenment, and that came up upright. And then we have the last card as the Three of Vessels, and that came up in reverse. So it does look like you're being smart. You're being smart, because the three of Vessels talks about like community. It talks about giving, opening up, being close to people, needing a group of friends. But you're riding solo. You've been riding solo all through. Riding solo all through. From starting with just a whim of an idea, something that you just decided to just toy with, to getting instant success for it, something that's going to giving you material abundance and stuff. And even though things were not hidden from you, or you might have decided not to tell people about it, something that you might have actually been hush about it, cutting corners, being stress-free about it, but still being reflective, and then deciding, okay, well, yeah, this is risky, I'm going to calm down and just be conservative, and I'm going to stand on my money, I'm going to say JJ and stay on my money. It's leading you to a position of a lot of authority and structure, where you really do manifest a lot of financial abundance, and you have the direction and backing, and you're close to God, and you know how to, you're communing directly with your Creator, and you're not wasting your time with false friends. So that's congratulations. But remember, nobody is an island, but you owe it to yourself to choose who you allow into your circle to enjoy all of this abundance. So the next question for Tsunami, I'm going to push that to the end, because everybody gets one question, so I wouldn't just want to do two and risk not being able to get other questions. So let me see. The next question I'm going to do is what is my biggest challenge when it comes to finances, and how can I manifest bigger things? And this is for Menja. Let me read the question again. What is my biggest challenge when it comes to finances, and how can I manifest bigger things? Okay, so let's get into the challenges. And we know with tarot, there's always positives, there's always pros and cons for different cards. So while we are discovering the things that are the challenges, we'll be bound to find out some of the positives. And okay, Warrior of Battles jumps right out. The Warrior of Battles is also the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is typically a very fiery and very impulsive, almost reckless. It's like take action and deal with repercussions later. Okay, but that's it depends on the other cards that come out around it. Being an adventurer or being impulsive might be beneficial, because you might be able to quickly notice trends, quickly know how to utilize everything. But it might not always be reckless. You know what they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained. This is an adventurer. So let's find out why is the Warrior of Battles upright a challenge. Let's see how this daring action and quick-wittedness that you are embodying is a challenge to your finances. 9 of coins upright. These are good cards. These are positive cards. Hierophant upright. Okay. Oh, we skipped right to how can you manifest bigger things. All the cards here are positive cards, so we are not dealing with the challenges. We are going straight into how can you manifest bigger things. Well, you have to be more daring. You have to be more content when it comes to your finances, and you have to follow some sort of structure, or you might want to learn some things. The way the cards are coming out, the first thing that comes to my mind is taking a leap of faith to get some form of training or financial literacy, or like business school or entrepreneurship skills or something. Or by the time I get more cards out, I'll know if this is telling you that you should subscribe to authority and go and learn something, or if you are meant to be teaching something. It might mean that you need to teach people how to invest and spend their money. That might be it. Or you might be advised to be more adventurous and more abundant and then learn more. It might go either way. So let's see. Because these are not cards. These cards don't read challenges. They actually read like a blueprint on how to manifest. Majesty of Buttons came up in reverse. The High Priestess came up in reverse as well. Let me get one more. Bearer of Buttons in reverse. Okay, so this is advice for you to be more energetic and put more energy into it. The Visionary in reverse is saying that if you put your back into it, you actually would be able to create like mind-blowing, life-changing for you and other people as well. Know how to like harness your passions and your desires and your drive to get things. And the High Priestess coming up in reverse, sometimes that means that it's time for action. You know how it goes in the Bible where they say faith without works is dead. So the High Priestess normally talks about you having a direction to God, but then it being in reverse, and the Majesty of Buttons, which is meant to be very energetic, also being in reverse, is saying enough of the praying, time to move forward. And with the Bearer of Buttons in reverse, is like you've passed this level. What you've prayed for, what you've been praying for, you've gotten to that step. It's time to take a leap and go even further, because you have the possibility to make things happen, you know. But it does seem like you are spending. If you can't be a warrior and a warrior at the same time. You can't. You can't. The High Priestess coming up in reverse is saying that you do have a strong connection to the Creator, you have a strong connection to God, but it's time for you to act on your faith and stop thinking small. With the Bearer of Buttons in reverse, stop thinking small. Stop thinking small and stop. It seems like you need to step out of your comfort zone and stop being how does it go? Big fish in a small fish bowl or something. It's time to expand. It's time to expand. Because look at the next card, abundance. It's time to expand. You say you want to manifest big things, and you have prayed and you have communed with God enough about it. So why are you still acting like you don't believe that your prayers have been answered? What's stopping you? Why is your energy is not reflecting your faith? So to manifest bigger things, you have to, there's a time and season for everything. What's the time to plant, a time to harvest, a time to, I don't want to mix it up, but there's a time and season for everything. So in tarot, there's a hierarchy of things. There's the bearer, which is like the apprentice. There's other decks it's called the page. Then there's the warrior. In other decks it's called the knight. The warrior is more like the action figure that actually goes and get things done. Then you have the foster. In other decks that's called the queen, which is more of like an administrator that assigns work to different people and might actually have to roll up their sleeves and get stuff done. And then you have the majesty, which is like the boss man that employs assistants for his assistants. That's like the boss man of everything. So you've gone from being the action person to being meant to be the boss man but not being, to saying and praying and trusting God but not really, to wanting to start over again. Don't let your fears stop you from, don't let your fears stop your faith. Don't let your fears make you repeat things over and over and over and over and over again, when there's so much more. There's the level of your influence and your reach is really, really wide, and you have the physical energy, you have the drive, you have the vibe to carry it through, you have the connection. So stop being a big fish in a small fish pond. It's time to expand, because that's what's next. Abundance. Look at all the coins available. You are wearing them, they are dripped on your skin, they are falling at your feet. Like the only card after the next card to 9 of coins is 10 of coins, which is like generational wealth, which is you are sleeping and your money that is sleeping is making money from its sleep. Like money, abundance, and all that is left is just one coin and a golden opportunity. That's it. If you can get over your fear of your failure to launch and to take like wild risks, because you know that they are not risky, because these are things that you have been told by the divine, by God, and if you keep on forgetting all the times that God has come through for you and has shown up and shown out for you, it seems like, come on now, what other sign do you need? 9 of coins, the sun in reverse, the hanged one upright, the 6 of blades upright. Normally when the sun comes up upright, it says that you are going to be in the spotlight, you'll be on the hot seat. The sun is usually called the happiest card in the tarot deck, but then it just depends on your kind of personality. If you like to be in the spotlight, you would love the sun, but then if you enjoy the shadows and the dark, the sun is like might be a little too much. But that came up in reverse. The hanged one talks about being comfortable and looking at things from a different perspective. Even though you are hanging upside down, you are comfortable because you know that God is not going to lead you to explore options that are not beneficial to you. and you are confident enough to listen to others' opinions, knowing that you're not going to be overly influenced because you are solid enough by yourself. The Six of Blades talks about transitions, talks about partnership between two sets of people. It's usually a situation where somebody seems a lot more experienced, or that might be experience as a result of age, or just experience because of experience. Because of experience is because of time and life, really. So if you are able to step out of your comfort zone and have faith and believe in things and actually do the work and all that, you get a place of abundance where you would not have to be the one that has to stand up all the time and put on a show. You wouldn't be the one that always has to be the focus of attention. So you get a lot more rest and relaxation, and you'll be able to consider different things, and including but not limited to partnerships with people that you might not have, because now I think you'll be able to build a team such that they're able to represent you and get things done, so you can have time to really analyze and scrutinize other perspectives that you want to explore, possibly also partnership, so that you're able to get the opinions of other, like to expand your target audience, where you are getting like you are testing products or testing services by looking at different sets of people and trusting that they will take you into calmer waters. And I think this partnership with this younger person, I don't know if it's you are the younger person or the older person, but that is going to lead to even more solid foundations, more growth, more institution, more long-term partnerships and investments and things like that, more of counseling where you are able to take on advisory roles, and also give you more time to be able to learn things that you need to learn, because you've been able to delegate by having a dynamic team with people of different ages that are able to understand their assignments and communicate effectively, because they have to do with communication as well. So getting alternative opinions and being able to communicate them effectively will give you time. So let's see the Hierophants when it comes to manifesting bigger things. I want to find out if this is you as the Hierophant, which is you as the counselor, or if you need counseling. You have the Foster of Blades in reverse. Let me get some more cards. I'll see the possible ways I can read this. And then we'll get to the last question for the day. I was trying to see if I could stay just about an hour, but this is a little over an hour and it's getting to quite my bedtime. So the questions that I'm not able to get to today, I would answer them on Tarot Thursdays, which is the same time, 10 p.m. West African time, 2200. Eight of Blades, upright. And the last one. Okay, I think these are lessons that you would learn in this partnership, in this transition, the assistance from this one. Also, I have two more questions. I have two more questions to get to today, and then the rest of them would have to be on Tarot Thursdays. The Hermit, upright. To manifest bigger things with the energy of the Hierophant, you are going to have to learn to know how to control your speech, because you are someone with the first star of blades upright. You are someone that is very vocal and someone who knows exactly what to say to get the expected outcome. But that came up in reverse. So when the first star of blades comes up upright, there's a sense of being very harsh with the way you speak, or being too quick to cut things off. The Eight of Blades upright talks about anguish. This person is depicted here like in barbed wire, looking trapped, but you're not really trapped. So don't be a slave to negative thoughts. There's always a way out. Sometimes when you have so many things coming at you and coming at you and coming at you, you just have to just decide on one thing to think about. You have to find a way to prioritize your thoughts, and to sort out, compartmentalize how you think, so you can think your way out of situations. Sometimes it might just be something so simple as saying, this cannot be achieved today, so I'm just going to stop and then look at what is possible today, so I know how I can explain the change in decisions I am making because of the practicality of things. So just prioritizing and knowing how not to let your thoughts overwhelm you would really help in manifesting bigger things. And the next card that came up for you is the Hermit. The Hermit talks about introspection, talks about knowing when you need to step away and spend time with yourself, so that you can return to yourself and find out really what it is that makes your heart happy. Spending the time to really go back and revisit and remember who you are, so that you are able to get things done. So these are the, okay, so let me see the major arcanas that came up for you. We have the High Priestess in reverse. Faith without works is dead. You have the Faith. It's time to get the works done. The Sun in reverse. You don't have to be in the spotlight all the time. You might be more effective walking in the back of side of back side of things, the back end of things. And actually, with the Sun in reverse being followed by the Hanged Man, it's saying, yeah, leave the paparazzi and all the everything to everybody else. You are more effective on the back end of things, where you can think logically and comfortably move things forward, because you do need to find a partnership where you work with somebody that you actually might not have been able to. Someone is spamming my comments. Well, enjoy yourself. Oh yeah, you stepping away from the limelight. Will give you opportunities to really consider things from other perspectives and know how to partner with who, or to know whose advice on opinions to consider to move forward, because you need an injection of fresh energy. And this partnership might lead you to realizing that you do the backlight. It's been so hot. There's light now, yay. Yeah, so this partnership, this Six of Blades partnership with somebody that you typically would not have, will lead you to realizing what it is you need to solidify, what you need to invest more in, particularly when it comes to setting long-term goals. Of Hierophant can even have to do with like education, you can do with institution, you can do with marriage even. But then the lessons that you would learn when you put yourself in this, when you become teachable or are teachable, are you learn how to control your speech, and control your speech. You learn how not to be overwhelmed, and you value your personal time to learn things more. I didn't really get I did not like, didn't really, there's no card that came up talking about emotions. So keep emotions out of this. What you need to focus on is your energy levels, and you need to be more adventurous with the Warrior of Buttons upright, because you need to be more adventurous and stop shying away with the Royal Majesty of Buttons in reverse. Stop shying away from the excellent ideas that you can actually make you a revolutionary visionary. Fate without works is dead. Yeah, and you've passed this level, so stop. It's time to play with the big boys. Yeah, it's time to play with the big boys. It's time to expand, move forward, put more of your drive. If you need to invest more of you need to be more hands-on, practically, not just on the prayer side. You've got it down parts here, but practically you need to be more physically, energetically involved in your business to be able to, or anything, to be able to manifest bigger things. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. It's time to take a leap. Time to delegate. It's time to take a leap. Channel your energy into delegation, so that you can focus on the thinking part, to be able to gather more of a better team that you can work with. Yeah, that's all I have for you, Menja. All right, let me go to the fourth question. So this is the fourth question. So I have been having relationship issues for the longest time. All men leave and come back after they are married to keep me as a side piece. It keeps coming back like that in circles. And this reading is for, let me see. This reading is for Phatou. Okay, so Phatou's question is, I have been having relationship issues for the longest time. All men leave and come back after they are married to keep me as a side piece. It keeps coming back like that in circles. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do a different kind of reading for you. The first card I'm going to pull, let me write it down so that I don't mix it up. The first card I'm going to pull is going to be, let me see, what was the question again? Okay, the major, we're going to speak about advice about the probable major relationship issue, the major thing that causes issues. Then the second card will be why. It's all the same thing, really. Let me see. Relationship issues. All men leave and come back after they are married to keep me as a side piece. Keep coming back in circles. Okay, so let's see what the issues are. One card. We'll just get check. Okay, let me just get what the issues are. The advice will come out one way or the other. See how to stop this from happening. So let's see the possible problems that you've had in relationships, Phatou. Possible problems in relationships. Because if you know what the problems are, you'll be able to know how to avert them or completely eliminate them. Because the whole idea is to find a relation. I assume that the whole idea will be to find a relationship with somebody that wants to be committed to you and that would elevate you from side piece to girlfriend to partner to wife, and to get the respect from people. And for, because that's the thing, the different cases, someone does not respect themselves. When they don't respect you, that's a problem. Because why are these people seeing you as side piece material? Why are they getting involved with you and then leaving you, going to have long lasting commitments with other people, and then still coming back to relegate it to just side piece? Eight of Vessels in reverse. The first problem in relationships is you don't know when to walk away when things no longer work. The lessons from the Eight of Vessels. Eight of Vessels, also called Eight of Cups. Here, this person is walking away from emotions and situations that no longer serve them. But in reverse, it's saying that even when you do realize situations are no longer serving you, you have a hard time to walk away from them. You have a hard time with detachment. You have a hard time with letting go. Let's see. Another possible problem in your relationships that leads you to just being given side piece status. It's funny how now it's just emotional cards that are coming out. The Nine of Vessels came up in reverse. It's saying that Nine of Vessels coming up in reverse is saying that you're not acknowledging your emotions and you're not being content. It's saying that you are seeking satisfaction and fulfillment, particularly emotionally, outside of yourself. There's this saying that I used to watch this show on Netflix, but I think it's region specific. I don't think it shows Netflix Nigeria. It's called RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul, I don't know if you know RuPaul, he's a drag queen performer. He said, if you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else? So if you are not loving yourself enough to walk away from situations that don't serve you, and after the Eight of Vessels, the next one that came up for you was the Nine of Vessels. Because if you walk away from what no longer serves you, you will be content in loving yourself, but then that's not in reverse. So you are not self-love. Before I get to the third card, self-love is something that you really, really need to work on. Because if you say you want something, then stop dealing with what it's not. Because dealing with things that no longer serve you keeps you in a position where you where if you don't love yourself enough for a way to walk away from things that don't serve you, you cannot appreciate, you don't love yourself really, because loving yourself would make you accept nothing less than the best for yourself. You have to be whole by yourself. The Nine of Vessels is a very, very, very independent energy where they are good all by themselves. And that includes walking away from things that no longer serve you. Choosing yourself, even if it means that you are the only person that will choose yourself. If you can't have standards and boundaries and enforce them, why should somebody else invest in that? If somebody sees that you don't love yourself, why should they stress themselves? Because love is difficult. Love doesn't have to be hard, but love is a difficult thing. Because even we personally don't love ourselves all the time, but there's certain situations where you put your foot down. I'm like, no, I love myself enough to walk away from what no longer serves me. I love myself enough to believe I deserve the best and I deserve it all. And if nobody can give that to me, I'll rather be by myself than being with somebody that is not serving me. And the way you worded your question was quite interesting, because even if they are, let me see, you said they leave and they come back after they are married to keep you as a side piece. So I don't know if that was intentional. Are they keeping you as a side piece? Are they trying to keep you as a side piece? Because that's it. If they can get the best of you without giving the best of themselves, or getting you to invest in them when they are clearly committed publicly and in the sight of God and man to somebody else. They don't need to do the work. They are eating their cake, they are having it, and they have the baker at home with them. Let me get one more. Then I'll clarify the Eight of Vessels to find out the lessons you need to learn about detachment. After that, we'll get into the lessons you need to learn about contentment. Let me get the last one. And the thing is that this detachment and contentment strictly have to do with like emotional stuff. So yeah, it's looking for emotional connection, emotional awareness, emotional intelligence. The Hermit. I said it earlier that self-love was lacking, and this card came up in an earlier reading I did today. It talks about you spending time by yourself to find out, to really think what it is about you that makes you happy and you would like to expand on. When the Hermit card comes up, is an advice for you to take time away so you can rest and you can relax, so that you can recalibrate. Time by yourself is very, very important. It's self-love will be what would help you, because to be honest, we attract things that are on the same energetic level as ourselves, and that goes so many ways. Somebody that does not have access to X amount of money would have limited amount of dreams. Even if they want to dream the way they want to dream, unless you experience it, you cannot really maximize it and work on it and all that. So detachment, walking away from things that no longer serve you. That might be jobs, that might be friends, that might be situations. If somebody says they don't want you, you should learn to take their word for it. Because if of anything that they had to say, that they could choose to say, they chose to say they don't want you, and these people that have been in relationships with you, that you seem to have given yourself, have invested emotionally into, and have decided to step away and commit to other people, that no longer serves you, because what you wanted to be in a relationship with them, but then you're in a relationship with somebody else, so that doesn't serve you. So that should be out of it. You should walk away from that and be happy knowing that you are available for someone that actually does want to invest. Well, let's get more advice. Eight of Vessels, advice from the Eight of Vessels. So after this one, I would get into the last question of the day, which is the energetic read for Vesa. He just said he wants an energy read. That's fine. So that's like a whatever comes out reading. Three cards for why is the Eight of Vessels in reverse? Lessons about detachment. Lessons about detachment. Let's see. Eight of Coins, developments. The Devil in reverse. Manipulation. Judgment in reverse. Yeah. When the Eight of Coins comes up, right, it tells you to put more energy into something that has been working. So learning detachment will teach you focus and let you know what you're meant to spend more energy on, what to invest more in, both people and material stuff. With the devil in reverse, detachment, the devil upright normally talks about manipulation, usually from external forces. So manipulation, bad behaviors, your vices, bad habits, control, giving up of yourself. Walking away from, learning how to walk away from things will let you know what to focus on and will let you take back control of yourself, because look at how it's depicted here. It looks like it's in chains, but really they're not chains. They are loose enough for you to pull away whatever is holding you down and move forward. And then judgment comes up. Oh, sorry, judgment was in reverse. So you would, walking away from things would also help you walk away from things that are actually not in alignment with your agreements. It's like saying, possibly you might have prayed about the kind of partner that you want and said God should remove all such people from your life and all that and all such things, but then you are making choices that don't reflect that belief that you had. I don't know if that makes sense. So you need to walk away from things that are different from what you have, the agreement that you made with God. If you had said, oh God, I want a man of my own, I don't, then you have no business dating people that are married. If they are trying to make you a side piece, you don't have to. The fact that they might be the only options that you have doesn't mean that you have to take that option, because that's not the option you want. That's not the option you've prayed about. That's not the option that will give your heart joy. So these are the lessons that learning detachment, learning to walk away from things that no longer serve you will really benefit you. You'll be giving clarity and focus to develop things that actually bring joy and bring purpose to your life. You'll take more control of your life because you are choosing. Sometimes you have to be the one that makes the choice. It shouldn't be that things are ending because somebody left you. If it's not working for you, you have to love yourself enough to insist, to have boundaries. I talked about that earlier. Have boundaries and have standards. So let's get into lessons about contentment, because the 9 of vessels came up in reverse. What lessons about contentment will put Phatou in a better situation where better situation when it comes to relationships? Well, you have the Empress upright. That is very interesting. We get more cards if I speak on that. So the Empress is typically a nurturer, someone that can take nothing and make it into something, someone that has a good understanding of their emotions and are nurturing to others, someone that has good command of their speech and knows how to speak effectively in a healing way, someone that has a good command of their money and their finances and knows how to multiply money and make money work for them, and someone that has the energy and excitement and drive to keep things going. So when you learn to walk away from things that no longer serve you, you actually have, because literally, if you are busy thinking about a breakup or thinking about the hurt from something, you actually lose sight of the blessings that you actually have. And one of the blessings that you actually have is that you have a lot to offer. This is you literally pregnant with ideas, pregnant with possibilities. But then when you are spending your emotional bandwidth focusing on what has not worked and what doesn't work, you forget who you are. You need to learn to walk away from things that no longer serve you so that you can be content and appreciative of the woman that you are, the Empress that you are, that you have the possibility to become. But then, and the thing is that I haven't been a mother before, but the way um I have seen people that have seen how people's lives have changed when they know they are with child, when they know they are pregnant. You are more careful, you are more decisive and intentional about what you put in your body, who you allow around you, what you consume, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you know what you are carrying, you know you are valuable, you know. So if somebody does not appreciate you for who you are, they are not good enough for you either. You have to be content and know that you are absolutely a blessing. The bearer of blades in reverse. Contentment, the bearer of blades normally, blades have to do with like your communication, your thinking, your intellect. The bearer of blades is basically just at the beginning, and that's in reverse. So contentment will not allow you waste your time dealing with people that don't have any, that have poor communication skills, that don't even have any relationship with the truth, with people that are not forthcoming with information that can allow you make informed decisions. Yeah. Contentment will not allow people use their words to bamboozle you or manipulate you, because you, as having that, embodying that empress energy, the empress energy is like, you know, in an earlier reading I have done today, I talked about like the magician knowing that they have all the tools that they need around them to achieve stuff. So that is still external. The empress embodies everything, is literally carrying everything to everything bountiful, you know. So, and that also means that you have a good command of communication and intellect, and you think clearly. So you would not need somebody that is just wasting time. You won't have time for time wasters, because by yourself you are smart, you are intelligent, you know how to find information, you know how to use information to get things that you want. So contentment will really help you emphasize the positives of your life and to remember all the good things that you have going, so that you stop revisiting issues that you've basically have passed, all in the name of wanting to be a partner to somebody. You can't be content and being an you can't be content and be an empress where you have all these things to offer, and the person that's supposed to be your counterpart does not even tell the truth. It's not even willing to vocalize exactly what their plans are with you or for you. Let me get one more card. Going back to the beginning of the reading with the Eight of Vessels in reverse followed by the Eight of Coins upright, it's like, yeah, walk away from what doesn't serve you. If you need to focus on anything, focus on your money, focus on your coin, focus on developing that, so that you're not in a situation where you have to dance to anybody's tune or be controlled by anybody, particularly when these are people that are not even really in alignment with your agreements. Yeah, regard, yeah. Let me get one more card for lessons about contentment. Warrior of Batons in reverse. Contentment generally makes you more intentional and more careful about the decisions that you make and how you channel your energy. The Warrior of Batons, which is normally very adventurous, came up in reverse. So you're like, contentment will really make you unfazed, to make you disillusioned, will not allow people bamboozle you or, I don't know, manipulate you, because you know what they are carrying. So any external, how do I put it? People talk about faking it to make it a lot, right? But people forget that people that have made it, particularly people that have actually made it, that have gone through all these things, they can spot a faker, because there's a certain level of integrity that comes with following the due process of things. So when you embody that Empress energy and you sit by yourself and you are content knowing that you are abundant and there's a lot you have to put forward, you wouldn't settle for bad communication, you won't settle for breadcrumbing, you won't settle for the bare minimum, and you wouldn't be getting yourself involved in risky situations, because you already know what you, excuse me, you already know what you're carrying, so you already know the limits of your excitement and your desires and your drives. So people that are reckless people that have no long-term goals for you would not even excite you. The Hermit. Lessons you would learn from spending time by yourself and recalibrating to really rediscover what it is that you want and how you want to show up in relationships, and how justice, upright, fairness. You will learn to be fair. You will learn to be truthful. You will learn how to balance things out. You will learn to make sure things are equal. You will learn the importance of give and take. You will learn the importance of equilibrium. You learn the importance of things being balanced. If you actually just spend time by yourself, you will find out, you will discover your abilities and your limitations, so that you know what you seek in a partner, and you would be able to determine if what you have to offer is what whoever is coming to you is seeking. Because if somebody, there's a saying that goes, don't waste your time explaining yourself to people that are determined to misunderstand you. Yeah, you know if your life is in alignment with the other person. You know if you guys balance each other out. You know if there's a safe relationship dynamic. You will know how to treat your partner fairly, and you would know how to you will learn understanding, because when it comes to things like, this is 5 of Battles in reverse, how when it comes to love languages and stuff, you would learn how to understand your partner better and know how to show up in a way that they feel is in equilibrium, is equivocal to how they are treating you. And in relationships or partnerships of any kind, when we feel that we are giving what we are getting, and we are accepting as much as we are giving, and we are being respected as much as we are, when there's an equal give and take, it does feel more wholesome. You don't feel like you're being a burden to somebody, or somebody's being a burden to you. You don't feel like somebody is taking advantage of you, or you're not afraid that somebody thinks you're taking advantage of. There's a sense of security when it comes to being equal, when it comes to equally partnering with somebody. The 5 of Battles might talks about competition, but that came up in reverse. So you really learn how to navigate disagreements and clashes in personality with your partner, and that will, I really believe that will put you in a better situation where your partner finds you valuable and wants to be with you. They wouldn't take that risk to go and be with somebody else and still assume that you will be available, and actually come back and you are still available, because they have to always find you better. If they find you at all, they should find you better, and that should be for your own. You have to focus on what actually works and put your focus on that, and then do a lot better. You wouldn't have time to be fighting. Yeah. Let me get one more card. Ace of Buttons, motivation. Yeah, you would learn how to insist on what you want and grab it and stand on it, and you learn how you'll be motivated to be a better person and attract a better person. When we are confident in our abilities and in ourselves, we don't settle for less. We don't settle for less. There's a transition that you need to go through, and that involves you really moving with purpose. You have to date intentionally and move intentionally. You started off with not walking away from things that serve you, and you're ending with actually taking a stand and grabbing what you believe in. So I think that's the advice for you, Phatou. I think that's the advice for you. Self-love needs to go up. Self-love, contentment needs to go up, and real soul. There's a lot of soul searching that you are being encouraged to do. It's good. You need to learn how to take more control and make the decisions. Not don't allow anybody manipulate you or get you involved in things that you don't that you are not in alignment with, especially things that are contradictory to what you believe, what you have asked God for, and the trade-off that you made with God. You have to remember that there's a lot you have to offer. You are so skilled and talented in so many ways. There are so many things that you can decide to do and that you would flourish at. With us, with the Empress coming up upright, there's a lot of things that are being given to you to nurture, and you don't have time to waste with time wasters that are not even honest in their communication, and you have no time for risk takers, because you know you are precious, and you are carrying precious. You are worthy of intention. You are worthy of communication. You are worthy of desire. Taking a step back from all of this to nurture yourself both physically and emotionally and spiritually will give you a lot of balance, where you're able to check and determine if relationship dynamics are healthy, and that will also control the amount of that also like help you guard your heart, so that you are not being nurturing to the wrong person that has no long-term plans or goals for you. Let me see what else. Don't waste your time with people that are not willing to communicate, or people that are actually just down outline. There's no time for that. And it doesn't look like you are don't that's the thing. Sometimes we get caught up with wanting this whole fairy tale relationship thing, that we start dealing with risky people because we want our relationship story to be very wow and very exciting and all that. No, but as an empress, you need an emperor. You need the structure. You need structure, and somebody that is not willing to even talk with you or look out for your own well-being is definitely not looking for any structure with you. So you have to remember that you are valuable. You will be an asset to whoever you decide to partner with long term. And there's no time for risky behavior. There's no time for unnecessary fighting, because you're motivated to move forward. So I hope this helped in like giving you some sort of comfort and doing away with past choices, because there's something about how you've been carrying yourself, because your lack of self or your inadequate self-love put you in a position where you were seeking long-term things with people that were more transient, because people can tell how much you value yourself based on the decisions that you make and decisions that you don't make. So these people, if this seems to be a pattern over and over and over again, that means that there's something about you, there's a behavior or there's a thinking process that you've been aligned with that is not, that they can see, and that's why they know that they can come and try and play around in your mind and go and come back and keep on going and coming and going back, because you have to remind yourself who you are and really up your self-love and your value for yourself, and that should put you in a better situation to better relationship decision making generally. Okay, so the last question before the last reading before we close for today. I really need to figure out how all this live stuff goes. I hope the next one on Thursday will be better. But any questions that I didn't get to today, you could still DM me on Instagram at TheQforTarot with your question, and I'll be sure to add it to the lineup for Tarot Thursdays. So this is for Vese, general energy check. Moon in reverse. The moon normally talks about things being hidden. So this is the moon. Talks about things being hidden because of a cycle of things, because things have not really gone through the whole process of things, but that came up in reverse. So the moon in reverse really speaks about information found, about discoveries, because things have passed, things have gone through due process, things have matured. Okay, so it might be that you are stepping into a season of discovery, or we are moving, the way you are moving is because you've got some clarity on some things. You've been patient to scrutinize something carefully, and you're no longer confused or uncertain about this particular situation. The Lovers in reverse. The Lovers normally talks about counterparts, or like choices, partnerships, but more in a deeper way. It's not like the Chariots where it talks about understanding assignment. This is more of like an emotional connection or partnership where you might have where you partner with somebody that might have different execution styles, but you have similar goals. But that came up in reverse, so that you might be realizing that somebody or something is not doesn't really align. And these are important. These are two major arcana cards: the moon in reverse and the Lovers in reverse. The moon is a Pisces card, the Lovers is a Gemini card. First star of Vessels in reverse. Okay, it does seem that you're realizing the differences in you're realizing that things are not as smooth sailing as you initially thought they would be. You might have given this a lot of time, and time has only shown you that compatibility is not on an all-time high, and that's particularly because there's a difference in creativity or intuition or emotional connection. I wonder what this is about, but it does seem like a decision has to be made, because you're giving yourself time to analyze the situation, and try as you might, things are not just what they seem. Somebody might have portrayed themselves to be one way, but then at the end of the day you're realizing that deep down we don't really connect like that. I'm really curious to find out more about all of this. So why is the moon in reverse? What discoveries have you made? Ace of Vessels upright. Okay, This has to do with like inspiration, creativity, literally giving of your love cup, giving of your heart, presenting yourself as. Let me get more cards for this. Ace of Vessels upright, clarifying them. Six of Buttons upright, okay. You might be realizing that someone likes the limelight, or someone is too. Oh, okay. 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 The discovery is that there's a clash of personalities. The love is there, quite alright. The agreement is there, but while somebody is more energetic and feisty, the other person is more introspective and calm. And the differences in these two energies are enough for you to be like, nah, at the end of the day, we don't want the same thing. Why is Lovers in reverse? You might not have been discovering that somebody is more interested in the showmanship of things, while somebody is more interested in understanding the workings of things. Somebody might be a better. Somebody might be more interested in the active side of things, while somebody might be more reflective. But the differences in these personalities and differences in these two energies are coming up as being so great that you are saying that they are not long term. This is not going to work. You have the Ten of Vessels in reverse. You have the Empress upright. Okay. I just need one more. So the differences might be in like in family dynamics, in the idea, because Ten of Vessels talks about celebration. We talks about like the house, the car, the dogs, the kids, happy. We've been through so many emotions. We are riding it through. We are seeing the decision of our partnership and all that. That came up in reverse. So even though as a partnership this is not working, as individuals, it's just like, this is not a bad person. It's just not a compatible. No, if I'm Brit, I'm not sure how this went. Let me just put it back. I'll get one more. Four of Buttons in reverse. Huh. Lovers are being clarified by the Ten of Vessels, also called the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Empress upright, also called the Nurturer, the Four of Buttons, also called the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Buttons typically speaks about harmony, long-term commitment, celebration. This shows a marriage. That came up in reverse. So the differences might have to do with parenting or familial styles, exploring with the Empress upright, where we might talk about exploration and expansion. But Four of Buttons come up in reverse is like, okay, so the similar thing is that this partnership, in whichever form it comes, is one that can lead to a lot. But there were the differences that seem to be the tiebreakers are level of commitment and quality of commitment. The first star of vessels in reverse. What is blocking your intuition? How is this partnership not working? What is the realization that this partnership not working is actually affecting your creativity and your intuition? Now, when it comes to partnerships or connections, this might be anything. They might be platonic, they might be work related, they might be romantic, might be between family members, might be between yourself and your spouse, yourself and your child, whatever connection it is. So how is the realization that this choice, although beneficial in some ways, has some major possesses some major hang-ups? First star of blades in reverse. Okay, you feel your intuition is blocked with the first star of, this is the first star of vessels in reverse, the first star of blades also in reverse. So you feel your intuition is blocked because you feel that you don't have the freedom to speak, or you feel that your words don't carry the weight or the respect that your words command, or you actually command or deserve or desire. Justice upright, because you want things to be fair. Seven of battles upright, and because it's something that you are being constantly challenged about. So the general energy reading for you, they says you've come to realization that a certain partnership is not exactly how you thought or you anticipated it to be, and the differences are so the magnitude of the differences, the effect of these differences is so large that it's making you second doubt yourself in a way that you don't believe your words have power, or you're just not choosing to speak about things. And in your bid to keep things balanced and find fairness, you find that you're constantly having to fight for this. Emotionally, this is something that you are willing to give and honestly invest in, but the interested parties are not looking at this thing long term. The Ten of Vessels in reverse, and this is messing you up so much that you are beginning to second doubt yourself. When it comes to the general vibe, somebody is more interested in celebrations and external pomp and pageantry, while a marriage or something that's supposed to have commitments is being ignored because you're busy fighting with the Seven of Batons, constantly dealing with challenges. No money cards came up. The only card for communication is the fact that you are holding your tongue and you are not being as vocal as you should be with the first star of the first star of blades in reverse. So the major arcanas that came up for you, they say, for general energy check, clarity with the fact that you've actually taken your time and patiently dug and delved into the situation. With the Hermit, you've taken time by yourself, and you've try as much as you would like this to work, and there's a lot that you have to offer, and you are willing to find balance and equity and balance and fairness. All what you are being faced out is just eye service, doing things for the gram, doing things for public validation, while ignoring the things that actually matter, and constant fights. I'm going to do something different for you. So I'm going to pick one card from this deck. I didn't make this one, I bought it. I can't remember. I think this is a Prism Oracle deck. It's color coded as well. So let me see, what advice, how should you move forward, or how can you rectify this? one card advice, how to move forward and how to rectify this, and then we'll close up for today. Thank you for staying. If you stayed till the end, thank you for staying. If you would like to book a personal reading, all the booking links are in my bio. When I upload this, I'm going to include the timestamps as well as all the booking links in the description. You can find the Q for Tarot on all social media. Follow and DM for notifications about free readings like this and other services. Follow for information on the activity, the interactive tarot games available at the Q for Tarot here in Abuja, Menja here, Abuja. And also keep an eye out on all the tarot related merch and affirmations that I've been working on. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, I'm also I used knowledge from tarot combined with all my skills, all my life skills, to design a jewelry collection. This is one of them I'm wearing. This is the alchemist or the magician. That's the hand, reminding you that you have all the tools you need around you. All you need to do is just to reach out and grab it. I also have it as a pendant as well. I ordered a new batch, and when they get here and they pass my quality check, I would be letting you guys know how you can purchase and buy them, or even just look at the collection. Okay, so let's see one last card for Visive. How can he move forward, or how does he navigate? What is the advice to navigate this situation? Strength. You have to remember what is important. You have to remember what is holding this up, and if this is worth fighting for. Strength in the tarot deck talks about you knowing what's your best foot to put forward, knowing what side of yourself you need to present in any given situation to get your desired outcome. It also reminds you of your strength, literally, of the stability and structure that comes with you. Look at this. Looks like, I studied architecture for my first degree, so this looks like one of those columns. If you see all those ruins in all those countries, you still see some solid, after all many years of destruction, some pillars still stand, some columns still stand. So you need to remind yourself in this situation, go back to the foundations of things and see if at really at the end of the day, is there a solid backbone that is holding these things up. There's no perfect situation, no perfect relationship, marriage, connection, or whatever. There are always multiple personalities. That's why the Lover's card is important, to realize that there might be differences in actions or opinions, but what's important is that the end goal is still the same. To remind you to appreciate the differences while acknowledging the similarities. And funny, I actually did that card. Okay, so the way I'm running the exhibitions at the Q for Tarot is I'm picking a couple of tarot cards and I'm working with different themes with them. So one of the first ones that I did was actually the Strength card, and that's what it's just right here. I was going to show you guys anyway. So that's it. Same but different. These are two people that have two different styles, but at the end of the day, they are still wearing the same thing. So appreciate the differences, similarities and differences. That's it as well. So this is going to the theme jewelry for this is going to actually reminds you, look at the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. So I have that design as well in soft cover. This is soft cover one. Good for journaling, writing down your plans, keeping everything nice and neat. And I'm also making custom fabric. This is it. So this is the fabric I'm working with, crepe and chiffon, and I will be posting this as well. I'm going to I have some with my tailor. I'm making some custom outfits, so all of that will be on social. So follow the Q for Tarot on all social media, And take care of yourself, everybody. That's it for me today. It's been nice talking to you guys and learning the lessons from tarot. It's always interesting because when I do a reading, I also pick from it. So my eyes have really, really been open, and I have been reminded of the decisions that I have made and the outcomes, and I'm appreciating and trusting and loving the journey. So I hope this reading helped. If it did, consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and turn on the notifications. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you. Bye. Stop streaming.